Hello viewers and welcome to my new video. After what I at least consider to be a successful release of my newest single Stay Positive, I've decided to now write a full album again. So you may have seen some of my YouTube shorts on this already, and this is part of my plan that I'm going to be releasing some sort of updates, shorter updates, up to a minute long about what I'm doing. But I thought I would put like a bit of a longer video together for you so that I can actually explain what goes behind the album, why I'm doing it and all these different things. To be honest, it comes from my everlasting desire to write music, to make music. That's just something that's been in me since I can remember. And effectively, now I've done this single, I kind of have this desire, like I need to do like another record. Basically, I need to do a full record. And in terms of how it's going to be released, it actually might end up being released as a string of singles. I might have another option for those of you who might want to kind of maybe purchase the entire album once it's out there in one go. But at the same time, I might be releasing every single song as a single also, in terms of sort of streaming platforms and things like that. And I'm really hoping that I can also make like a music video, even if it's not like the greatest music video on earth, hopefully for each song as well. There isn't really a great master plan behind the album as such, but I've been recording various ideas over probably the last 12 months on my phone, and effectively this is kind of how the process works. If you are interested in that, is that an idea will come to me. Normally I will kind of hear it like a new melody, new beat, new riff, whatever that might be. So that's one way, and then that kind of appears in my head. I then get my phone, kind of quick record on my sort of voice recorded on my voice recorder on my phone, and I would then kind of record it on there and then store this idea for later. So then when I pick up a guitar, I effectively can transpose these ideas onto the actual guitar sounds and sort of guitar notes. And the other way of coming up with these riffs and sort of parts of songs or full songs even is basically when I jam, when I pick up my guitar and I actually have it in my hands, I will start kind of going sort of noodling, going through different things, different concepts, and then I sometimes discover that I stumble across something that sounds really cool, at least to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds interesting. Why won't I turn this into a song? So I can then start writing on it further, and kind of develop this idea a little bit more. The album is going to be very eclectic, and with every record I make, with every song I make, actually, one of the principles that I have is, one, I don't really want to make two songs that sound the same. And each song for me at least has to be unique in its own right, and carry a different message, carry a different sound, and in a sort of music sphere and in the lyrical sphere and so on. And I don't want to, again, limit myself to a particular genre as I did with my last album. But I think this album, hopefully, at least looking at these ideas, what I've come up so far, I'm not saying it's going to beat it, but like I say, in a way, yeah, every record is different. I don't want to say like I'm sort of competing. If I'm competing, I'm competing with myself, because I want to better myself and I want to kind of come up with even better music, to what I've come up with so far. On this record, there will definitely be a mixture, maybe of some of me going back to my roots almost, like, so I think you'll probably find some elements of punk in this, like some of that punk energy, a little bit even of maybe hardcore kind of riffage. At the same time, I've been really playing quite a lot of funky guitar sort of style, and then that will definitely be thrown in there as well. There will be some reggae even, and maybe even some blues. Again, there's all these different areas of inspiration that I get, and I just want to kind of be able to express myself. So again, the album, just like the previous one, will be guitar based. So effectively, as I like to call it, without describing a genre, it's basically a guitar based music, isn't it? So the guitar is the sort of the leading instrument, the beginning instrument that starts everything, and then I kind of move into you know, developing other things around that, you know. So that's kind of how it's going to be. So far, I've already recorded 8 ideas. They're not full songs yet, but they're kind of like snippets of ideas that I can then work on. So that's already 8, but I'm actually in the process now of recording all these ideas that I've captured onto my phone into Reaper, into my DAW basically. So then that way I will be able to kind of develop them into full songs from there. This time my son Grzegorz is actually involved from the start in terms of the sort of recording process, the mixing and the mastering processes. He's actually working alongside me at the moment, helping me to capture those ideas and putting those songs together. And he's also working on the drums side. So this time it's very much kind of, you know, left to him a lot in terms of the creative process, in terms of what the drum beats will be on this record. Obviously I still have the input because in a way I've got like a final say. I have to almost like sign it off because of course this is my record, but ultimately yeah, he's going to be creating and developing a lot of sort of drum beats for this album. In terms of bass guitar, I'm hoping to bring Will Atkinson to sort of record some of these bass lines for me again. As I've worked with him before, he's a brilliant bass player. I think you will all agree. And you know, again, I want to bring him in on this one and sort of you know, so that he can sort of play some of these bass lines for me as well. I don't rule out any collaborations either with other people, so you know, I might even consider bringing maybe some vocalists or singers. I don't know yet, you know. I'm sure I'll be doing some of the vocals on the record, but you know, there might be some guest singers even on it, and even maybe some other guest musicians as well, guest instrumentalists. So we'll see about that, but there's nothing set in stone, and I actually haven't approached anybody about this yet. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of play it by ear, and as I work on the songs, I will sort of figure out in my mind, from the music production side of things, what is going to work best for the song, and then I'll take it from there, and then I will decide, you know, would it work better if I invited probably somebody on board to do this, that, or the other, you know, maybe work alongside me. But we'll see. Like I say, it might just end up being mainly me anyway. It all depends, like I say, but I keep your mind open at this moment in time. Hopefully this sounds like a good first introduction to me making this album. Like I say, I will be doing some smaller videos, shorter videos, YouTube shorts, just to keep you up to date in terms of what I'm doing, you know, without probably sort of revealing too much in terms of the music just yet. But I definitely want to keep you up to date with what's going on. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you in my next video.